More than 60 years ago, inside an abandoned chicken coop, where our founder discovered a retired teacher living, no home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today, we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP Georgia, creating real.
Ruth Hartley Mosley Memorial Women's Center, celebrating a legend, preserving a legacy. Voting is September 24th through October 29th. The mission is to enhance life skills and experiences and empower the family unit by cooperating with a variety of community organizations to conduct programs focused on improving life for the disadvantaged and minority citizens of Macon, Middle Georgia. The voting is on. Please help us win critical preservation funding by voting every day, 5 times a day, on all email accounts. Voting gives you a chance to win a trip to Washington, D.C. Like and follow our social media accounts and share our posts on Facebook at RHM Center. Voting is September 24th through October 29th. Cast your vote online at voteyourmainstreet.org. We are confident that with your votes, we can secure these critical preservation funds for the Ruth Hartley Mosley Memorial Women's Center. Celebrating a legend, preserving a legacy.
I've been doing this show for quite a while, and I'm always looking for activities, programs, items, individuals, concept, shows, or what have you, that I feel will be of particular interest to the community. So not too long ago, I began to see musicians popping up on Facebook, sitting on a speaker, and it really began when I saw New Collier, sitting on the speaker. So I said, what is this about? And then as time progressed, I began to see more and more musicians. So I became interested in what was driving it. And come to find out, it was Mr. Moore, Dsto Moore. And so I thought it would not be robbery, because it's very inspirational, historical, and education. I thought I'd have him in to see what it's all about. This is a call to action.
A call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham, and as I said, this is Mr. Dsto Moore. And I've been mispronouncing his name because he spells it for me, but that's all right. I got it right this time.
That's all matters.
Dsto. So say a little bit about yourself before you tell us what drove you into this initiative that you've got going on.
Well, a little backstory about my story, my journey. From Macon, Georgia, over in Pleasant Hill, pretty much born and raised. Pretty much basic life. Went to school, high school, graduated, went to the workforce, worked. About 4 or 5 years ago, my wife picked up a camera. So I was like, that's kind of crazy. It's like, who take pictures? So I kind of knocked it at first, but as I got more into it, I began to love the art of photography, and I started studying under Darryl Moore. He showed me how to do photography. Went to class, so about a year under him, pretty much going to classes and learned. I began to see the world way different. So our company name is Love the Portrait LLC. That's the name of our company. My wife and kids in our company. So we started out doing family portraits, and pretty much went from family portraits to pretty much everything. I pretty much shot all kind of, from proms, weddings, pretty much reality, pretty much all in concept of photography. I pretty much did. I did a little pet photography, I did a little bit newborn, but we pretty much done it all. And pretty much our basis now is like raw photography, raw portraits, like pretty much catching people in in their rare form, like pretty much in their comfort zones. Pretty much like at one point I was pretty much, I see somebody on the side of the street, like it would be homeless, rich person, whoever, man. If I felt interested in them, I might walk up to them and like, can I take a picture right quick? Can I do a portrait of you? And I did that a lot of on Pleasant Hill, going around kissing a lot of homeless people or people on their front porch, just on their front porch sitting there. And I was like, can I take your picture? And I kind of got known for making people feel like, when they see people see my pictures, they thinking like, how you make people feel so comfortable? Because they already in a comfortable spot already. I just, it's pretty much like you sit there comfortable, like, can I take your portrait? You ain't got to do that special. You got to pose in there. You sit there how you want to sit. And that pretty much got my raw form of just doing photography that way. And pretty much, even though I went to Dsto more class, pretty much still kind of self-taught on a lot of things. I'm still a student of the game, even though I've been about 4 or 5, like going on 5 years. I'm still a student of the game. Every day I learn something different. Every day. So it's pretty much my story in like a little 2-minute section. I go all day, man.
Well, and part of his modus operandi is that he's got this big speaker, big, about this big, and he walks around town with. So tell me about how this musician concept came about.
It pretty much came maybe like 2 o'clock in the morning. I became a full-time photographer like last year. So in the morning, sometimes I might be brainstorming this. So like I had these 2 speakers my uncle gave to me. They didn't work like from the 70s. Like we say real heavy. Whew, they don't make it like this no more. Like real speaker, man. Like, they weigh like maybe 25 pounds, something like that, 30 pounds, something like that each. So I had a vision like in March was to go around and photographing people on the back on the speaker, sending the speaker in different locations around Macon, and afterward they signed the speaker, and they'd be like something for historic value. But when I first started in March, I didn't really get no following from that. But I shot one person though. I shot my granddad, and it was kind of special to me. I shot my granddad because he lived in Macon, and but he from Shelby, Georgia though. So the crazy thing about that, I shot him for his birthday. His birthday in March, March the 20th. He turned 98 years old, and he still gets around great and everything. He used to be a singer back in the day. He used to be a gospel singer, which made a couple of records back in the 40s when he was 20 years old. So, and I'm like, wow, I can shoot him. So I shot him, and people started working. They're like, wow. Then a couple of months later, who I came by? I think I got New Collier. I think it was Bob Miller, New Collier. I came by and got those. I had shot New Collier before on previous projects. So I was like, New, can you do it? And I called New. He like, sure. Where you want to meet me at? So we started going around like different landmarks. I kind of asked the person what like where they got this started at. So we can find a spot where they got this started around Macon. We go to their location and put the speaker there and everything, and then we shoot it. And it means value. It's way valuable than it. Like I say, it's memories and historic value, because it's so much history in Macon, man. Like doing this whole project, I've been doing it for like 2 months now. I've been making all my life, 37 years. I didn't know a lot of stuff about Macon. And I still haven't went deep, like especially like the rock and roll history and like the blues history. It runs so deep, man. It's a project I can do maybe year round because it's so many people I don't follow, man. I miss
So
them.
your focus is on musicians.
Yeah, musicians.
And that's the interesting thing about it. You know, so then you're doing a lot of the projection on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I look forward to see who you got sitting on that.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same speaker. You know, with the screen off of it, right?
Yeah. Screen.
The screen off of it.
Yeah.
So and then you take the person, you sit them on the screen, and then you put them on Facebook. But that can have a lot of direct value and indirect value, particularly from a historical perspective. So we're gonna name some of those people whose pictures you have taken after we take our break. This is a call to action.
Call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Havishell, interviewing Mr. Dsto Moore, photographer of all the musicians sitting on the speaker. We'll be right back.
Story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living. No home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today, we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP Georgia, creating real...
Hartley Mosley Memorial Women's Center, celebrating a legend, preserving a legacy. Voting is September 24th through October 29th. The mission is to enhance life skills and experiences and empower the family unit by cooperating with a variety of community organizations to conduct programs focused on improving life for the disadvantaged and minority citizens of Macon, Middle Georgia. The voting is on. Please help us win critical preservation funding by voting every day, 5 times a day, on all email accounts. Voting gives you a chance to win a trip to Washington, D.C. Like and follow our social media accounts and share our posts on Facebook at RHM Center. Voting is September 24th through October 29th. Cast your vote online at voteyourmainstreet.org. We are confident that with your votes, we can secure these critical preservation funds for the Ruth Hartley Mosley Memorial Women's Center. Celebrating a legend, preserving a legacy.
We're back with Mr. Dsto Moore, who has initiated a project that I think is significant, and it just kind of came to him, and I kind of look forward to who he's going to have next. But what he has been doing is photographing musicians from all walks of life. And you know, he creates a scenario where they got to sit on that speaker though.
Oh yeah, you got to sit on the speaker. That's yeah. You got to sit on it, be a part of, put your feet on it. They got to be a part of the whole thing. Yeah.
So talk about some of the people that you have photographed and a little about their history, if you know.
Okay. A little bit back. Let me go back. The project called Making Music Project. I meant to say that first. I'm sorry. I'll be so excited to talk about it so much. I'm sorry about that. But it's called Making Music Project. And one thing too though, when I did the project, I wanted to, cause like one thing about Macon, man, I believe Macon is a great city, but sometimes it's a split between like different races and everything. So I'm like, what can I do as an individual, as an artist, to bring Macon together? So it's not just black musicians, not white musicians. You got like black, white. I talk it's Indian. I got like the people like Indian descent, Mexican descent. Everybody in one everybody in one group, man. And we all work together and everything. Like one thing I found about Macon, a lot of things going on, but a lot of people don't know what's going on. So we get all races together in one thing, and we can make something like I would think about the wheel of the world of Macon, man. You know, everybody get together or something.
Right.
Or we do like a big concert. They do a big concert, like say like if you're not that good, you have like a rock person. And you're following that they good, you might include a rap person there and bring him following there. You bring everybody following in there, and you have like a bigger audience now. People find out about you because I believe knowledge is power. But if you don't know, you keep on walking, you don't know, and you don't know. But and I believe that one thing gonna be very diverse. It's a very diverse group, and I have people like ranging from 21 to my granddad 98 years old. So it's a whole range of people. Let me see what I'm shot now. I'm shot a lot of people, man. So far, I did 24 people. So let me see what we still got. I don't want to offend nobody, because it's some of the great stories in there. And you check my Facebook page out when I post to everybody. They bio in there, and some have long bios, but like people like Newton Collier, man, like a Macon legend, man. Like I didn't really know about Newton Collier till like 2 years ago, and he got a good story from Macon hometown, come from Macon. I shot the guy named who else shot? The guy named Connor Henson. He has ties in Macon. That he's a like a kind of like rock, kind of soul kind of guy. But he's a great. I believe he's gonna be like a good guy, somebody middle job to go out and blow up, man, because he has great stuff. And I always shoot like pioneers of music too, not just musicians. I also have some pioneers from like this guy named Kurt West. He's a photographer, which has a gallery downtown. He's known for his rock collection of different photographers from spanning over almost 50 years of shooting. He most known for like doing a lot of photography for Allman Brothers. and like he got and I shot some stuff at the big house. It just like going around making. I did a lot of stuff at Grant's Lounge. A lot of people don't know like Grant's Lounge is pretty much like a museum. Cause you walk in there, it's so much stuff going on in there. Like it's so much like the project opened my eyes up way more to the whole concept of you think about making. Like it's a whole nother. You like pull the cover off, man. Like a whole nother city on here, man. A lot of people don't know nothing about it. Hopefully, and through my page and through my photography, educate people. And like about education, man. Like hopefully, and have my show coming up on October 19th. So my first gallery showing down at JBA, the place on the corner of Martin Luther King and Poplar Street. I have my first showing there. So hopefully, it'll be a very diverse place, and everybody get together, and mingle together. I believe sometimes diversity is key. Sometimes you bring people together, man. Tell what we can do, man. Like everybody work together. Everybody work together.
Yeah, I want to let you
Go ahead.
talk a little bit more about that. So you're gonna have kind of like an exhibit.
Yeah. Like a one night exhibit. Yeah.
One night exhibit. Yeah. We're gonna talk more about that in just a minute. Okay. But we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back.
Begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living, no home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today, we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP Georgia. Creating
Ruth Hartley Mosley Memorial Women's Center, celebrating a legend, preserving a legacy. Voting is September 24th through October 29th. The mission is to enhance life skills and experiences and empower the family unit by cooperating with a variety of community organizations to conduct programs focused on improving life for the disadvantaged and minority citizens of Macon, Middle Georgia. The voting is on. Please help us win critical preservation funding by voting every day, 5 times a day, on all email accounts. Voting gives you a chance to win a trip to Washington, D.C. Like and follow our social media accounts and share our posts on Facebook at RHM Center. Voting is September 24th through October 29th. Cast your vote online at voteyourmainstreet.org. We are confident that with your votes, we can secure these critical preservation funds for the Ruth Hartley Mosley Memorial Women's Center. Celebrating a legend, preserving a legacy.
We're back with Mr. Dsto Moore, the man with the speaker on his shoulder, going all around town, and recording some musical history by photographing musicians and music-related, not just individuals, but items and what have you. And, I thought it was an interesting project, so I decided to have him on the show for a lot of reasons. But first of all, in seeing his post on Facebook, I said, this is really historical and interesting. And so a lot of people call Macon the music capital of the world. And since there's so much music embodied, embedded, that originates, if you please, out of this community, I said to myself, this is a worthwhile project. And so I'm very interested in it. So he was talking about some of the people that he has photographed. You said Newt Collier and the other guy that you think is going national.
A guy named Sean Williams, LaShawn Brown, a guy named James Anderson, Jane Worsham, Joshua Neal. I got I had like a bonus in here too though. It's this guy named Larry Booz. He's known for pretty much. He's not a rapper or a singer, nothing like that. But he's known for dancing. Like so, he's been known for he's like a local legend for dancing and everything. So every time you see him, he the pop locking and the whole ticking out. So that he's known for it. So I believe he's even though he's not really the music part, but he's known in the music scene. Like most of the time you go to back in the day, like when I was growing up, go to the clubs and like that or parties and whatever. He was always pretty much used to stop the whole party and start dancing. Everybody stopped look at him how to dance. So I did him and everything. And there was just like a bonus in there, just so cause he went out to on the show called Think You Dance. I think that's the name of the show.
You Think You Can Dance?
Yeah. He was on that show and he went to the next round of the show and everything. I'm like, wow, right here from Macon, Georgia.
Right.
And I was like, wow, that's pretty much some good history right there and everything. And another thing about this project, me shooting people, I want to give exposure to people, man. Like, am I benefiting? No. Like, I might show, and I want people like to prosper. I believe you help somebody, man. You get your blessings and everything. Yeah. So and the project pretty much the whole thing funded by me. So from everything. So hopefully I can take this on the road and start doing other cities who need more history and everything like that. So
that's a good initiative.
Yeah, I can show people like what they're gonna bring, man. I believe it bring people together, man. Music, everybody love music.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is that too often people who are not great and who don't have the big hit record, they could be very talented, but people who have not gotten a break, then they somehow overlooked. So what this happens to do is to record from a historical perspective all of those, particularly since you're doing a bio of them, and it's educational.
Very
just to learn about all of these individuals. I know when I was coming up, a lot of these people made it, like James Brown used to be over there in Tender Heights. Johnny Jenkins and
James
Little
Duncan.
Richard. And
James Duncan,
James Duncan.
That's great. He got a great story to me.
It's a lot of musicians, so I think that's a worthwhile initiative for you to be doing that.
Yeah.
So you're going to put together a show?
Yes, sir. Going to do a show on October 19th at JBA. It's on the corner of Martin Luther King and Poplar Street. It's gonna be a pretty cool show, man. I believe we're gonna have it's gonna be from 7 to 11 that night. It's gonna be a pretty cool show, and so I just want
down there by the barbershop.
Yes, on that little corner right there. It haven't been there that long, but it was I think last was a little Mexican restaurant. I think last one was, but right on that little corner right there, he got a little JBA little yellow sign. The guy named Brandon Lawler, he believed in my dream. Though I tell people, man, you go out there, you start doing stuff. You might think nobody's seeing it, but you start for you interviewing me today, I had something you go for it and resting on your business. Whatever come out of it, you never know. He found me. You can use my spot. And I was like, for real? He yeah, you can use it, man. So I'm like, wow, man. He they need to be done and make it, man. Because hopefully the speakers, I got so many sentences of so many people from making, up and coming people and legends are making. So hopefully, where the speaker going is, I want to go take it to a museum somewhere or go around showing because a lot of people are not gonna be famous one day or have their famous. I claim everything. I tell everybody you're gonna be famous, keep on going. So you're gonna make it.
So is there a fee to come to the?
It's gonna be free.
It'll be free.
Come on in.
Okay, now how can people just kind of get an overview or see what your work is?
You can go and follow me on social media at Dsto. More Moore on Instagram and Facebook, and you can hashtag Making Music Project, and they pretty much everybody pictures should come up on the hashtag, and you go check their bios out. It's pretty cool, man. And one thing about the whole project that I didn't think was gonna happen when people got a lot of people sharing it. I was like, whoa, some people had 300 shares. I'm like, wow, man, whoa, people sharing this stuff. I'm like, whoa, some of these people had a lot of shares, whoa. And it reaching out to more people. I go somewhere, I'm like, you that man with that speaker, ain't you? I'm like, 13 WM made this story on me, so they're like, you that man with that speaker? I saw you walking down town. So anytime I have a chance somewhere, I walk with someone with a speaker and everything on my shoulder.
And it's heavy too.
Oh yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's real heavy, man. So and another thing too though, it kind of helped my daughter, my older daughter. She helped me sometimes, and my wife helped me also, but it showed them a whole nother side of making they never saw before, man. Because she's 18 years old, she don't really know too much. So she see she will start living making now. I believe sometimes people who from making don't understand making and they tend not to like it. I'm gonna move to Atlanta, and people who not from making come from other states and all, they love making, and it's kind of crazy because people making don't understand. You gotta
take the blindfold.
Your blindfold on, and hopefully they making music project it's some stuff going on in making right now, man. And Dsto told me, but now you think.
Well, that's congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it.
What's the date on that showing again?
It's October 11th. From 7 to 11.
Yeah, and so maybe what you can do is you can send the videographer.
Okay.
You can capture some of the pictures and so we can make it a part of this show.
Okay, yeah, it'd be.
But I want to congratulate you, young man,
Appreciate it.
for coming up with a project
Appreciate it.
that's got significance and it's got value. It's got educational value.
Yeah.
It's got historical value. It's got social value. It's got diversity value. It's got community value. So I mean, it's got a lot of value, and you just took it upon yourself, you know, to do it. And I think it's a worthwhile initiative, and I appreciate it. And then I wish that everybody who can, because I'm excited about seeing it all.
Yeah, because there's some crazy, and they're gonna be there too. So they're gonna be there. So I just confirmed from my granddad, man. He said he coming, man. So you and me, even that minute, now that you're a man, for you come on out here and meet him, man, because he sharp the tag too, man. He can tell you stuff from there's a story by itself. He can do a whole. He can tell you stuff from 1920s. Free, he can tell you stuff from 1925. Easy, right now.
That's funny.
Yeah.
This is a call to action.
Call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Havisham, having interviewed Mr.
Dsto Moore.
Dsto. Is that right?
Dsto Moore.
Dsto Moore.
Don't stop trying to overcome.
Yeah, Dsto Moore. Don't stop trying to overcome.
Okay.
A photographer who's the owner of a lovely
Portrait LLC.
A lovely Portrait LLC. Congratulations, young man.
Appreciate it.
You know, you thought it would not be robbery to initiate an initiative that's going to be meaningful to the community.
Yeah, for a long time.
I like that, and that makes me feel good. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it.
The story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living. No home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today, we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP Georgia, creating real...
Hartley Mosley Memorial Women's Center, celebrating a legend, preserving a legacy. Voting is September 24th through October 29th. The mission is to enhance life skills and experiences and empower the family unit by cooperating with a variety of community organizations to conduct programs focused on improving life for the disadvantaged and minority citizens of Macon, Middle Georgia. The voting is on. Please help us win critical preservation funding by voting every day, 5 times a day, on all email accounts. Voting gives you a chance to win a trip to Washington, D.C. Like and follow our social media accounts and share our posts on Facebook at RHM Center. Voting is September 24th through October 29th. Cast your vote online at voteyourmainstreet.org. We are confident that with your votes, we can secure these critical preservation funds for the Ruth Hartley Mosley Memorial Women's Center. Celebrating a legend, preserving a legacy.